Well, the main thought process is, I mean, he's been a successful major league pitcher. We know not having a very good year are up to his normal capabilities, but we do want to go to a six-man rotation for a while. Our pitchers, our starting pitchers have pitched a lot of innings this year, and we planned on doing that. Some of our internal options dissipated when Wheeler got hurt. We traded Abel. Painter's been a little bit up and down. So we thought that Walker Buehler would be the best person for that. So we like him, and that's really the reason. We've got a plan for him, and he'll get the start for us come this coming week versus the Kansas City Royals. Well, we feel confident. I mean, you're not going to replace Zach Wheeler because he's the best in basically in Major League Baseball, especially in the playoffs. But we do have four quality starting pitchers at this point when we start talking about Sanchez and with Luzardo, Suarez, and Nola's a good pitcher. He's a little bit off to a slow start, but he's still got good stuff. We got Tyon Walker as that fifth guy, and then now we brought Buehler on board. But you need four starters during the postseason, and we feel we have four good starting pitchers. Well, I think it helps us a lot, and especially in Duran's case, it's hard to acquire a guy like that. People say, and we've tried, go get a closer. Well, they're not that easily attained. And it just so happened that in Minnesota's case, they were in a spot, they were making a lot of moves, and we were fortunate enough to be able to acquire them. But it really changes your ball club, because for us now, all of a sudden, you put Duran back there, and then you've got, from the right-hand side, you still have Kirkering that's coming in, David Robertson, and then from the left-hand side, even without Alvarado, we have Strom, Banks, and then we just signed Tim Meza, who's actually been a pretty good big league pitcher. So we feel very good about our bullpen going into the postseason. Well, we have mixed and matched in our bullpen. It's been more our philosophy over the last couple of years with Rob Thompson as the manager. But we haven't had a Duran type of pitcher. So for him, we'd rather have somebody that can pitch the ninth, which is great. We have somebody get lefties and righties out very well. And then other than that, what ends up happening is that it's very dependent on who pitches the seventh and eighth, even in the sixth inning, based upon the leverage that we have at that particular time and who's throwing well for us. Is it a lefty? So do you use a Strom or Banks at that point? Is it a righty where you bring Robertson or Kirkering in? Who's going to bat in the eighth inning before Duran? So all those factors come into play on who pitches what other innings. Well, it's a good question, yet I think the answer is in some ways very simple, because every year you try to do the same thing. You're always putting the best effort, and maybe you learn a little bit. Maybe we chased a little bit more in the past. We try to stop doing that a little bit more. Trey Turner's made some adjustments this year, being more of your traditional leadoff type of hitter rather than being a middle of the order guy. But I think the reality is that we know it's an important time of the year. You need to play well at that particular time. We have done that in the past. We didn't play as well last year. The Mets beat us. But we think we're in a position where we have a good club and we can play with anybody, and we just have to play well at the right time. Well, we've been supportive of the World Baseball Classic all along, wherever I've been. I think it's very good for the game of baseball. It's good for international growth. That's a big area for us in the game. Last time we had more players in the WBC 4 years ago than anybody else in baseball. So we're very supportive of it. And in a lot of ways, it's a big compliment to the players if they're selected, because that means they're the best of the best. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of players participating once again, and we're supportive of it, and we'll do everything we can to help.